Color me conservative, but when you're meeting your boyfriend's parents, you might want to go from thong to sarong. While we're on the topic of politics, Huda and Amaya 2028. Also, racism. You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you do. Welcome to Showmance, guys, the only show on the internet doing deep dives on shows with no depth.
Shows as shallow as the teeny tiny little thimble I needed for my tears for Ace tonight.
You are so happy.
This is a great day for me and Shannon Fall, I think. I think Shannon is probably cracking a couple cold ones herself. Woo! Cheers, Shannon.
That's what she did when Ace was voted off. She really gave a woo!
Woo!
In America. I mean, they voted him off.
Yeah.
So. Mainly it was just me and Shannon spearheading this campaign.
Okay, wait, guys. I just have a quick question for you guys. Before we jump into the episode, because it ties into nothing, do we want to just jump into the Sierra statement?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on it?
Be racist in your head, not on Twitter.
Or don't be racist, period.
I'm kidding. Yeah, don't be racist. But definitely don't be racist on Twitter. That's pretty dumb.
Listen, I believe her that, someone had texted her and they had this dialogue, which we didn't see before. I think where I get very confused is like, there is no slang word for another culture that's not rooted in racism. So just don't say any, name one that you can say. Actually, don't. Because if you ever go on Love Island.
I've been dying for someone to ask me this. No, my problem is that for the first however many days, I was like, I don't get it. But because I thought that Sierra was Filipina. And so I thought that she was Asian. And I thought I got into this whole thing in my head of like, aren't you allowed to call yourself whatever you like if that's your culture? That she's not Filipino. That's the moral of this story.
Although I do think that rule does stand though.
Yeah, that's why I was a little confused at first because I was like, I feel like we're really going overboard. If someone wants to speak about their own
culture,
their own experience, then go for it. Yeah, but I didn't realize she's not that actually.
No.
My boss, Chase, is Thai, and he was real offended because he said, unless you're Chinese, you can't say that. So it's
not
slippery slope. I think, Courtney, you nailed it.
Just
don't be racist.
That's why I said you're damned if you do and you're damned if you do. Because it's not cool.
If there was a back and forth exchange that brought some resolve and was respectful and thoughtful and I didn't read the whole thing. I can't read that much stuff, but it looked like it was sort of had been resolved, and I don't love that you just like people are just like make careers almost nonprofit careers of just going back through someone's life and digging. Now, I don't know how, maybe this was from last week. And but
we always say this, we like to leave room for growth, right?
Yeah.
So like, I think, and I feel similarly in the respect of like, listen, we're all going to make mistakes. Every single person in this room, every single person watching, we have all made mistakes. We are all going to make mistakes in the future. Mark, I'm talking to Mark.
Oh,
Mike.
yeah, that guy for sure.
Yeah, he fucks up on the reg.
Yeah.
But and we do have to leave room for people to learn and to have growth. I thought her statement, I thought it was wonderful. It made a lot of sense. I think the only two places where I got confused was the one that I just said. And also I read somewhere, and again, you can't believe everything you read. So maybe this isn't, and I was reading a lot of stuff, so I can't remember if there was a screenshot for this as well. But I think she had used that term twice. Once was a while ago, and someone had said they DM'd her about it to be like, yo, that's not cool. You can't use that word. And she said, oh, thanks for telling me. And then this was the second time. Now that could be untrue because I just read it somewhere online.
Yeah.
But like I said, I do remember it having a screenshot of both times. But let's just say it is not true because I can't definitively stand by that fact. If she said it this one time, I'm hoping she has learned her lesson.
Yeah.
And I thought the statement was well said. And I think she realizes that it's not cool. You can't say stuff like that. And I don't think she realized it was not cool when she said it. Or how about this? from what she said, that's what I'm being led to believe.
Yeah, no, she sure as shit realizes it now because she's having to watch all of her friends and who I think she kind of thought was her boyfriend completely move on with their lives like she never existed on this show. And that's another weird thing about how the show has handled this whole thing. Like, I understand that, like, I'm sure that they said speak very little about this. I'm sure that the production's legal team gave them very strict like limitations to what they could talk about, and I understand all of that. But what a huge disservice they even did to just Nick or even her best Alandria, and like they don't know why she's gone. They don't know what she's said or done. I don't even think they said she said anything. I think they just said she broke a policy. She went outside of the policy of the show or something. I think it's very vague. That's how it sounds from what the people that have since left the island are going on podcasts and saying, like, we didn't know what she said. Now I see what she said, and like they're upset about it. But I think that I think that Nick and Alandria are not going to benefit from us not being able to talk about this on the show, because it seems like they all just completely erase this person's existence.
Yeah.
And I think it's making people not take Nick and Alandria seriously. I mean, they made the final four, great, but like I can't imagine that they'll make it all the way. That it all looks, it's hard. It's really hard to.
I mean, listen, Amaya and Brian are gonna make it all. Like, there's no. Yeah. It's been 4 days now that this thing has been wrapped up. So like, no one else is making it all the way, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's not a secret. But that being said, like, apparently everyone in the whole world except me thought that Nick and Alandria were supposed to be together and that they googly-eyed each other the whole time, and Nick was
never once thought that.
Yeah, no, this apparently was way news to me.
Three who are the only deep divers on the internet. Whoop, right over our heads.
Yeah.
All three, which usually one of us catches something.
So,
I don't get it. How that.
I think two things. I don't know if the people care about, if you're going to say stupid shit on Twitter, like, I don't care to know where you went, like, bye, moving on. Also, we thought these two were supposed to be together anyway. So see you later, Sierra. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if so many people thought these two were to be together, I think equally, like, that many people also don't give a shit that this chick is gone and are finally down with Alandria or whatever.
I don't buy Alandria for 5 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know if I do either. And like, listen, we're all for like growth and change and whatever. Like, but we were talking. I think this is because this is happening a little bit, but I think that I think what we're learning now is like you can go say dumb shit on Twitter, but you're not going to be able to reap some. Not rewards, but like whatever the opposite of consequences are. Like, you're not going to be able to be on TV and be a reality star afterwards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be consequences. So either don't do it and don't have consequences, or do it and you might get ripped off out of a job, off a show, out of some friendships. Like, there's going to be consequences, and that's what we're seeing is consequences.
Yeah.
And so like,
but I do think that how she handles it moving forward will dictate whether the consequences will be for the rest of her life. Like, remember that girl, she was on The Bachelor. She won. It was with Brian. It was during, not Brian. Oh God, it was during COVID. Oh God.
When they just broke up recently.
And yes. And he would like decided he wanted to be like a food blogger or something like that. So she would travel all over him and they would eat whatever. She went to a very distasteful like antebellum party or something like that. And she obviously issued an apology. She, I think, has come back from all of that, showing everything that she's learned and how she's grown. And so I think that in the spirit of that, it's like, yes, of course, just don't do racist shit. Don't be racist, period. But if you were maybe if you grew up a certain way or learned things that now you have to unlearn in any area of life, I'm not just talking about race. I think it's just healthy for us as a community to, yes, say to someone like, that ain't cool. And you got to educate yourself on why that's not cool. Like, it's not necessarily everyone's job to educate you, but to let you know, not cool, man. And then leave room for that person to grow.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can dive into the show. We just watched the second to last episode, or before the finale.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just dive into it couple by couple.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we? Shelly and Ace are no longer with us.
I'm sorry. I just think it's great. I just think it's so great.
Okay, so
he
let's
just
start
had it
with them
coming,
then.
and it's you don't often see people, who actively are trying to, I don't know, just to shift things and move things around, and I feel like it's like misinformation. I feel like he. Hold on, let me just look at something really quickly.
Olipop, you want to sponsor us? These are goddamn
I know.
delicioso.
Olipop's a little out of our price range.
Mike.
They sponsor American Idol.
Okay, well, you know what? We're the next American Idol. So you just shut your mouth and you're talking to me.
Yeah. So with these two, I honestly, Shelly was collateral damage. There's no reason that this
100%.
should have happened here, but we've talked about that before. Like, hit your wagon to the wrong dude, and it's over for you.
Yep.
And that's what happened to her, because she was a literal angel from the moment she stepped on.
Till the second she left.
And I think that if we could just look at this whole thing as like a teachable moment, because like if had Ace been like he was the day after he found out that the jig was up, everything that he did after that, had I not seen him all those other times, if he would have treated his relationship with Shelly like that from the jump, and I'm not saying like get together with her on day one, but like he just pulled so much shit for so many weeks and maneuvered people off that were, I think, ruined experiences. Like he
Jeremiah?
he really overplayed his hand. And by the time that he finally did get with Shelly, he had been truly humbled. And so like I just wasn't buying anything that he was selling at that point, because I've watched him for the mass majority of the time not moving like that at all.
Yeah.
And I just think like, sometimes I forget that he's only 22 years old.
He is a baby.
He is a baby. And I think that he can, and I've been super hard on him, but like, I totally think he deserved it. But like in the grand scheme of being 22, like, I don't know, like, of course you're going to do stupid shit and not understand like the repercussions or just not understand that like, that people can see you. like people are not that stupid to watch you maneuver like that for as long as you did. And it felt like you were trying to take the votes away of other people. Like everyone's rooting for these couples or not ready to see Jeremiah leave Andrina. Like that seemed like it could have been a beautiful, budding relationship, I don't know. You don't know.
I'm not
you
laughing
don't
at
know.
that. I'm laughing at how quickly these mothers get booted, and like within 10 minutes, I'm like, who are you talking about?
I know.
Like, they're like, oh, we got all the booted off islanders.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even remember 3 of those motherfuckers.
No,
Like,
totally.
You guys were on the show. Like, it's so funny.
But
how
not Ace. Like he's been torturing everyone all
maybe.
season. So
maybe
I'm glad that
I
they.
think Jeremiah is probably the only one that I'll remember or have remembered.
Yeah.
Getting the boot. Charlie. I saw Charlie on a thing the other day, and I was like, who's that disheveled guy off on the edge? And I had to zoom in and be like, oh my God, that's drunk Charlie.
Well,
he's not doing so good.
Charlie.
Oh,
yes, he's having a nice time.
Yeah, drinking himself to death.
Yeah, he's here with all the other expelled kids.
Yeah.
They're all bopping around Los Angeles, having the time of their life.
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure.
Well, maybe we could run into some of them.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope I run into Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, we don't have to keep going into it. Going forward in all the seasons, homie, don't play that.
Well, I watched some of the videos. Finally, the algorithm hit, and they came across my feed of Ace doing those cute dances with the guys in Pakistan, and then he did some other ones with some women in Asia. It was like older women in Asia, and it was adorable. Like in one of the videos, he's like, all right, I need everyone to get a belt out. And then one of the guys got like a phone cord. He's like, is that a phone cord? Like, instead of belt. I mean, it was just so heartwarming.
Yeah.
And I really hope, in the spirit of leaving room for people to grow, right?
Yeah.
I hope that as he grows out of 22 and into 25, 30 and beyond, he like loses that need to like completely have it his way or no way.
Yeah. He's like a kid in a car seat that's like, get me out. Like he's just like trying so hard to like, it's like, just relax. Someone will get you out in a minute.
Yeah.
Just an overarching theme for like his next few years. Like, just relax. Someone will be with you shortly.
And like if they're not, yeah, exactly. If they're not getting you out of the car seat the way you think is right, like it's okay. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You'll get out and you'll be able to dance.
Yeah.
Do you think that him and Shelly will stay together? And if so, give me a ballpark of time.
No.
You both don't think they're going to stay together.
Zero zip zilch chance of that.
I think
I think there'll be 5 cookouts tops.
really.
Yeah, they might like.
But then that's staying together. But I could go 5 cookouts.
But I don't
that's
think
5 weekends. That's
no, because they don't live in the same area, so they got to travel.
exactly. So
maybe.
that's already like
I could
off
see
the
6
bat, like
months.
that's a big problem. I think that like they could find comfort in each other for a minute, but I don't think it lasts.
Okay.
And if he does like if you see them out and about, I feel like it's purposeful. Like he wants you to see that this is how, because and again, I'll never see Ace again probably, but like for now, I would never trust anything that popped up anywhere because all I've seen him do is manipulate and strategize and calculate, and so.
Well, we'll see them at the reunion. So let's just maybe base it off of this. Do we think they will be together at the reunion?
Oh, maybe because that's something that's.
I have the hiccups,
Yeah, I mean,
guys.
the
Sorry, I
fucking
can't hold it in.
reunion that's filmed 6 days later or whatever. How?
No, in August, so like a month.
I don't think so.
Okay. I think they'll be together at the reunion. Okay, then let's move on to, and Nat, you think they'll be together at the reunion?
There's
upside in that. So, like,
there's
they could be, but they might get in a fight. Like he couldn't even. He was challenging her during their own baby challenge. Like he's so competitive. He gets in fights with. I think he would be hard to have a long distance with him.
He straight told her that she needs parenting classes.
Yeah. Like, you guys know you're on the same team, right? Like,
And
by the way, you have no more experience than
because
she
she
does.
told
Yeah.
him that. Like that they were having who needs parenting classes more fights. So like, okay, well that maybe don't have a baby. Let's start there.
yeah, let's start there. Certainly not 2.
Yeah, I don't. Where does Shelly live?
I don't know, but they don't live near each other at all.
I don't think they're going to stay together, but there is a tiny piece of me that thinks they might be together forever. Fairy tale style. And that is the like, when he brought up and the show let it come out that like they did meet in New York, and not that it was big fat secret, but like, it was kind of like, oh, didn't they? And that he felt his Cinderella got to like, that part of is going to stick with me. And if it does last forever, I'm going to be like, that was real. That he really felt that. And this is serendipity. This is, you got your girl back. Like this is a fairy tale.
Yeah.
You met a girl in New York City. You fell in love at first sight. You're not that dude. Oh, fuck. But it happened. And she disappears and shows up on a reality show.
Kind of wild.
Fake, super wild, probably fake, like whatever. Like you go through a pre-chat and like, ooh, I don't know. But that's the only part of me that is like, if that part was true, maybe.
Doesn't it feel like they pushed, like, I don't know what happened on this show. Like, I don't know how it fell apart the way that like the wheels could just not stay on the wagon.
At all this season.
At all. I mean, the Sierra thing, you had to believe they were all just like laughing by this point. They were like, I don't know why we showed up. Can we go back in time and just redo this
can we
entire
get a
thing?
bogey on this?
Yeah.
And just start again.
Yeah, this needs just a do-over, a solid do-over. The way that they shifted Ace's narrative so hardcore, and I'd already thought that like just things that he was saying was so clear. I have a comment because I didn't even think about this. Comment on Spotify.
Oh,
Reality Bites says, excellent point about Ace strategically addressing specific points in his and other storylines. Reality shows with diary rooms are notorious for players reading into questions they're being asked by producers. Also, Casa Amor just happened. All of the Casa players, as well as all the bombs, have been watching episodes while they're waiting to enter. Not only watching, but the show makes these bombs take notes about the episodes and answer specific questions. We know they drop 411 to those in the villa. So, like,
Wait.
somebody could have easily came in and been like, do you know what they're saying about you?
Wait, how do they know? Reality Bites. How do you know that they make them take notes and ask them specific questions? I need to know this. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying, like, what else do you know and who are your sources? What do you know and when did you know it?
But, like, take that out of it.
Yeah.
Just the fact that, like, the people that are constantly coming in have been watching. And they, of course, they would say something, you know, because all those things Ace was saying, they were just like, that's in all the comments. I've seen that before. How does he, why would he, when did he, like, and it just, like, he got some intel somehow, some way. I always just thought it was the producers because I thought that once shit starts falling off, once the wheels start coming off, like, you kind of just got to throw rules out of the window and be like, Ace, you need to chill out. We need you to carry this show to, even though you've this whole way through, like, because I was thinking about that too. You know how you were like, I'm kind of impressed by Ace because it just seems like you got your whole show turned upside down by a 22-year-old TikToker.
Mhm.
So, like, I wonder if there was a time where they're like, we're not giving this little shit anything, and then something happened. They're like, we need this little shit. We need to tell him,
Page the little shit.
yeah, page that little shit over here right now. So, anyhow, I just thought, like, that really, I didn't think about that. Thank you, Reality Bites. And she also said something like that she heard you call her really itty bitty.
No, real itty bitties.
Really itty bitties, and she loved it. So that was hilarious.
Okay.
Spotify, man.
We were going back and forth before the show started, like, who do you think's going to get voted off? And I think I said Shelly or Ace or Iris and Pepe, right? And you had Iris and Pepe also.
Or Chris and Huda.
Or Chris and Huda.
I kind of thought it was going to be Chris and Huda. Like that. If you were like, pick one, I think I would have picked Chris and Huda.
I was going with Iris and Pepe when, like, I had to make a decision because I just thought, they just solidified things with Ace and Shelly, or like close things off. So is America going to want a couple that's closed off, or has Ace annoyed everyone enough that that doesn't matter? Clearly we know the answers to
it's
this.
too late.
But so then let's get into Iris and Pepe, because every time they came on the screen, I'm like, I love them. I think they're so cute together.
Yeah.
I do think that there is a genuine, like, connection, they like attraction, whatever. They're both so mellow. Like, I can't get a read on them because I can't get a pulse on either one of them. Like, are you breathing? What's happening?
That might be the best thing that they could possibly be. But no, but just like you don't want, listen, Amaya Papaya aside, you know, probably the long lasting relationships are the ones that are chill and just relaxed together. And, like, you don't see them needing to cause a big ruckus or be super loud and proud about whatever they're doing. They're just kind of like off in their own world, like connecting, you know? And that's what I think. That's what I think that Pepe has been really good about this whole time. And I've been annoyed that the show hasn't featured him, because I also just, like, have my theory that, like, that Pepe and Hannah were way closer than we ever got to see because they just didn't feature that relationship at all, which is annoying. But they just, maybe he's just like, since he's not out about and ready to shout it, like, they didn't find him to be popping on screen. So they just kind of kept him to the side. It really played just like a supporting role.
Totally. And like I said, I think they're so cute together. I think that I could be the lid for each one of their respective pots. I just can't get a
type.
100%. I just can't get a full read on it because they're both so chill.
Yeah. I trust that what they have is real, because if you look back at Pepe's journey,
it's pronounced journée. It's French, Natalie.
Journée. Oh, I got another British comment?
Oh my God, it's so cute. I can't. I love that comment.
Wait, from Janet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he had what he had with Hannah, and she was I love Hannah so much. She was like, because I believe her. She was devastated in that moment. Did one of you say she was like basically like a crying kid that you're like, here's another lollipop. Okay.
I think Mike said that.
like in that moment, she's really crying bloody murder, you know? But then like you just be like, here, do you want this? And she's like, yeah. And then like
Yes, better. There's a little better. Do you have another one?
Exactly. And Pepe was her lollipop.
I was just gonna say, and then the bombshells come in and they're like, oh, we do.
Yes.
We've got two.
So,
one vanilla, one caramelly. Which would you like?
That's racisms.
No.
Just kidding.
Courtney, we just talked about this. Dude, we should cut to Courtney's not here. Courtney had to leave the show for personal reasons.
Wait, really quick. Don't you think they handle it it reminds me of like if you were 16 in the 50s and got pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, you just fell off the face of the earth for 7 months.
Yeah.
Had this kid and then came back like nothing happened.
Yeah. I don't like it at all. I just think it makes it really hard for everyone to like. I appreciate a show not making a meal out of a scandal, you know?
Right.
Like, so I'm like, I'm torn on this whole thing, but I just think it's a disservice to if Nick really did like Alandria from the beginning, all I'm seeing is Nick completely acting like the person he spent this entire stretch with gone one day, and he doesn't act like she ever existed. Like they had like one short talk about it for like 30 seconds with Ace, and then like we've never heard her name uttered again, and it just makes it hard to believe that like he's a genuine guy.
I mean, the problem with Nick and me believing the Nick and Alandria stuff is not do they have like a solid friendship, because that I did always see. Like I thought they were boys and really loved just like chatting it up with one another, but it definitively felt like friendship to me.
Yeah, always.
No,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, if I am giving both of them like a big benefit of the doubt,
Yeah.
I know in my own life, it's like, okay, maybe you know, like made out with someone when you were 20 and then you re-meet them at 30 and all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, why didn't I think he was a good kisser? Or why didn't this work out or whatever it is? But that's also because 10 years has passed, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he learned how to kiss over the last 10 years or whatever it is. This has been 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's just so interesting because when they did make out at Soul Ties, they both said, yeah, it just wasn't there for me.
Yeah.
And I get that they both still had
other people. Yeah.
Other people. And so maybe that was in the forefront of their mind and they just couldn't get over the hump of that. But I don't know. I'm just still getting I love both of them so much. I think they're both such dope people and I've loved watching them on the show. I just don't think that they're MFEO.
No, I think she could be into him more so.
Really?
The way she looks at Nick, I think she has a real soft spot for him. I think that she is attracted to him. But like with Taylor or with Jalen, I don't know. It was just very like, we all took her word for it. Like, you're a slow burn. You like to keep it, you know, cool. You don't like a lot of PDA. You don't like, but like, I couldn't see that an actual soul connection with her, with anyone. I do see it with her towards Nick. But Nick, I just think is, let me go back to Pepe and
Iris.
and Iris really quickly. Really just, I guess, mainly Pepe. The difference between Pepe and Nick is that Nick has never said no to anything.
Yes, you're right.
And Pepe has said no to Huda. He said no to Andrina, like the hottest bitch that walked in there this whole season that like shook that place up.
Yeah.
And then she fizzled out like in 2 seconds, which was weird, but you know, whatever. And also, who's the girl that he was just with Grayson?
Yes, you're right. He is discerning about who he wants to be with, not like, because anyone's better or worse, but like whether he vibes with them or not.
Yeah. So even though they found themselves in similar positions where like they're either wasn't there or the person got sent home and then like, they were just sort of like the only two left. Like in any other situation, I would go, oh, well, that's convenient, isn't it? And I don't count Iris out of that. She might have just found him convenient, but for Pepe, he wouldn't be involved with her as like he is if he wasn't into it. So that's what I wish that Nick would have shown is more. I listen, Sierra left. He had to move on with his life, but like he never said no to anyone, you know? So
Pepe and Iris don't seem to be playing the game.
Yeah, no.
Everyone else seems to be playing the game.
Yeah, totally.
And even like, I love Amaya and Brian, but there's a part of me that feels like Brian might be playing the game.
I don't count that out.
The timing of him and Amaya is weird.
Totally.
I don't think he is. I don't.
He seems sweet and he like that. He's right about that Latin culture. Like I grew up with all Mexican kids. Like, so like all of that tracks, but I think he clocked half a day early than everyone else that like, oh, that girl's going to get voted the #1 girl in the group. And I should probably tell her that I'm from a Latin family. And listen, if I'm 50-50, I'm not even 50-50. I'm 80-20. 80, like, no, you guys are real. And like, you guys might actually be together for it. Like, I'm kind of, I would be surprised if they didn't stay together. But there is still a part of me that is like, dude, you had a while to get with her and you didn't.
Well, hold on, wait,
and you were with a girl that you didn't. Wasn't he with the what's her face? And they like he didn't even like that girl.
Oh, Andrina.
Yeah, and he didn't.
He said
really
she was
like
boring.
her. Yeah,
but see, this is why Amaya Papaya is perfect for him, because whatever anyone wants to say about sweet little Amaya Papaya, you can never call her boring.
No.
But wait, before we fully move on to them, do you guys have anything else to say about Alandria and Nick? Like, are you feeling the same thing, Mike? That it's just like, we love both of these people as individuals, but are you reading that they're...
I don't love Nick as an individual. I think he's darling. I think he's done nothing wrong, but I just don't find him to be reliable in any sense. Like, he's going where he can stay for longer, keep the party going, you know, whatever. Like,
Nick's got, not like, I love you, Crosby. Not like so hardcore as Crosby, but like we have a friend, Crosby, is my best friend in the whole wide world. Actually, how Natalie and I met. But there was a time where we were like, dang, is Crosby an alcoholic? And then we were like, nah, we don't think he is. We think Crosby is a partyaholic. Like Crosby doesn't have a problem drinking. Crosby has a problem when he gets the vibe that the party's ending. Yeah. That's when Crosby fucking loses his shit and all hell breaks loose and he becomes not a fun Crosby.
He's so mad. You have to like slither off to like it's Irish goodbye or nothing.
Or fighting. Or you're fighting or getting
or like
something
you're
thrown
fighting,
at you.
That you've run the whole night.
Getting wrestled and you don't want to be wrestled.
Yeah, I think I have a photo of him tackling you in the hallway.
That's amazing.
Dude, there's so many photos of that. Anyways,
Mike trying to leave.
Yeah,
and
Nick,
Crosby just lunging out the door.
Pussy. It was a different time. But yeah, Nick is borderline. Like I don't know if Nick gets aggressive, but Nick is just like, "Where's the party? Where's the party? Oh, you're ending the party. Are you guys having a party? I'm gonna go with these guys. They're having a party."
Yeah.
Nick just wants to party.
I also have a real soft spot for
cuties.
Yeah, he's a super cutie.
He's the cutest guy on this show.
Yeah, he's got noodles. He's got curly noodles.
If he was taller, I mean, he would be end all be all. Like, I
mean, Annie Herman, boy,
he doesn't seem much taller than Ace.
Point being is that I love a dude who loves his mom.
Yeah.
And when he wore the shirt, Mommy's Little Meatball, and just started crying, I know, gushing tears. I just thought it was so sweet. And he also clearly has a great relationship with his sister. I don't know. I think give Nick a little bit of time to mature, and I think we're gonna see a great guy. And Alandria is obviously perfect. The end.
Yeah.
And I hope she meets someone great when she gets out.
I know. Her and her mom had the dopest relationship.
Oh my God. Mike said it when we were watching it.
Yeah.
Now he's Nick?
Now I got another
great.
name.
No, it's just because we were just talking about Nick. I don't know who the hell Mark or Matt is.
Um,
But wait, what did you say when we were?
I want to hang out with them every day of my life.
Yeah.
Like literally, I want them to be my best friends. Like those are,
Alandria and her mom.
yes,
Yes.
both
Yeah.
of them. Like,
Will you
let's
invite me?
just go party and hang out and play golf and ride bikes.
I don't
it'd
know
be
if
fun.
Alandria plays golf.
She will.
I love
Alandria
that.
would do anything. She'd be like, "Yeah, bro, let's do this." That's what
I
she
happen
would
to
say.
think she is game for.
Yeah.
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 Fucking down.
I love that she asked her mom straight up, like, "Did you like my fits?"
Yeah.
Like, I've been
And
trying
her
to really
mom
bring
was,
it every day, and I
full
was like, "Bang
straight
it,
high
hop in."
five, dude, girl.
Oh,
Yeah,
That is
you brought it
fucking
so hard.
cute.
Yeah, yeah, I love that.
Dude,
And the mom bod. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's what you have to look forward to.
Oh.
Thank
I
you.
They were great. There
Yeah.
was just, we could have had the entire episode of just them talking.
Yeah.
No,
I
they're the
would. I
best.
could kiki with them all day.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So then you just brought someone. Oh, no, I wanted to save Amaya. Can we save Amaya and Brian to last? Because
Yeah.
I think they're winning.
Yeah.
All right, let's dish with Chris and Huda.
About what? These two are like, Chris is just here. He's nice. I like that guy a lot. Huda, like, I'm still building the palace, but like,
The palace makes more and more sense to me. That call that you made, I remember Courtney and I both looked at each other. We
That
were
guy was
like,
crazy.
"What?"
Yeah, Mike's nuts.
And now I see it more and more every time I see her. She is something to be admired from afar.
Yeah.
You know, so like there should be people fanning her with like what big white
No,
feather.
that's why you build the palace and you put her in it and you don't
Yeah.
have to deal with her no more. See, once you build the palace, you're like, oh, this chick's crazy.
But also
But
she's
her
got that vibe that she could like
parents-
turn you to
to
steel,
yeah,
stone.
yeah, she's a full Medusa.
Yeah.
She's got the whole thing going
Yeah.
on. And her mom and dad, I need to meet these two because those sisters are the same. They're both.
Oh my god,
the
I loved
same,
her
dude. Like,
sisters.
Yeah.
they all got that. Obviously, the one sister's just so beautiful, naturally, just
Yeah.
classically beautiful. But even the Gap Tooth sisters, like,
Oh, she was a vibe.
so vibe and just they all got that
Yeah.
thing where you're like, yeah, what? I will do whatever you tell me to
100%.
do. All the three of you.
I also loved watching the three of them yenta it up because I just thought it was so adorable to see sisters that clearly are so close and love each other so much.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like coming from like a loud Italian family, I get that vibe of just like,
Yeah.
you're just all dovetailing off each other and it's so cute.
Yeah.
And it was such a nice side of Huda to see also.
Yeah.
Because she has like not had the easiest journey in there, granted by her own actions a
Yeah.
lot of the time.
She's grown.
She's grown.
Everyone says so.
I did like when she asked her sisters, like, okay, straight up, tell me about what Jeremiah. What do you think about it? And her sister was like, dude, you went way too fat. Like they just told
Yeah.
her
Wait.
exactly what happened.
Sorry, I didn't understand what you said. When she asked her sisters what?
When she asked her sister, like they had been chatting for a bit, and she was like, all right, basically was like, all right, straight up, tell me what you think about the Jeremiah situation.
Oh, yes.
And the one sister was like, dude, and just like laid it out
Yeah.
for her. And she was like, yeah. But then they were both like, yeah, you did some dumbass shit, but
Yeah.
then you clocked it and grew and like, it was great.
But
So yeah, but I don't think I like Chris a lot, and I think that he's amazing. I think that he's gonna make somebody really happy, but I think he's got some shit going on with his mom and his sister, and maybe the basketball thing, like not making it to the NBA. Like that dude's got some things going on.
Yeah, someone said I saw, and maybe it was Coca, maybe not. No, it wasn't Coca. She'd never say that. She's too sweet. But somebody said, you know what we just watched, because he was basically confiding in Huda that like he doesn't know what he's doing next and whatever. And she's like, you know, he just soft launched his unemployment to Huda.
Oh shit!
That's amazing. But wait, Mike
Yowzers.
said something when we were watching, and I was like, what? And then I just said, save it for the pod because
Here we are.
No, and I remember what you said
Oh, great.
because
I don't.
you were like, oh, it was when we were at the dinner and they're all taking the cloches off
Yeah.
the card to see what the
Yeah.
result is. And no, it was right before that when they were saying like your pit and your peak. And his two peaks were one thing that I don't remember, and the other was like playing ball with the guys.
Yeah.
Neither one of them had anything to do with Huda. And Nat and I both saw it register on her, and we were like, oh, that is not going to land. And you go, he is so out on her. And Mike goes, no, he is so stupid in love with her.
I said that?
Yeah.
I don't think I said that.
No, you 100% did. You're like, no, he is so in love with her. I think sometimes Mike just likes to take a hot take.
You think? Did you just come up with that one, Courtney? Mike is the living like if somebody knew Mike in a past life and goes, what would you call that? A devil's advocate? Like I feel like you originated. You were the original devil's advocate. Yeah. It's just your natural reflex. My entire like relationship with you from day one. You have just always had like anyone that says something, you just naturally go, but what do you think about like you just do that. So I believe that you said that.
I don't know if I said that.
You did.
You did.
I probably did. I didn't. And it was the third time you were like, no, I remember it was the thing. No, it was at the dinner. No, actually it was right before the dinner. So I'm not buying it.
Oh my God. Who remembers everything?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember everyone's statement. Regardless, when Mike said it, it did make me think, because I have this note, okay? The episode before last, when Brian and Amaya were like getting them to meet up at whatever, on the dock, you see this thing with Chris where he does this like, I don't want to say like he pushes her like he's playing a game, because I don't necessarily think he is. I think how about this? This is my baseless, not conspiracy theory, but like armchair expert. Could possibly maybe 2% this could be happening. Where like he does really like her. She does something that fully like makes him think, I got to get out of this situation. I can't do this forever. And then when they have a conversation and she gets in line because he is an alpha, and Megan the Stallion said it. She was like, you need someone to put you.
She like picked her up and put her on a stool.
Yes.
Yeah. You sit here.
Correct.
Don't move until I come back.
And she's like, I do. And I think that Chris does that for Huda. And Huda has even said, I know I have to be on my best behavior with him.
Yeah.
And I think that talk when they were on the dock is a perfect example of it, because she came back and was much more subdued and was much like not as hot and listening to him a little bit better. And she's like, she said something like, okay, so you out of this or whatever. And he's like, no, just because we had a problem doesn't mean like we're going to have a lot of problems over the course of the time we're together.
Yeah.
So like you have to communicate and talk through them. And so I feel like, does he do these things to kind of keep things in check, or does he get scared when he sees those bad things? But then when she does the batting of the eyelashes and the Huda Palace magic, then all of a sudden he does want to come back to her. Like there's something there, because either he's just playing the game, either he does like her, but they're doing this weird dance, and it's what Mike said, like, no, he actually is in love with her.
Yeah.
But like he realizes, wow, this could be a lifetime of cray that I'm not here for.
Yeah.
Not that they're getting married, or he's just playing the game really well.
Okay. I think that he is, like, one thing that Mike said, that I think that he's got a big question mark over what his future holds as far as basketball, or I don't know, like he was saying that he had all these things that he wanted to do that he couldn't do if he goes back overseas, but I don't know what any of those things are. I don't know if the going back overseas is he making that decision, or somebody else making that decision for him? Is he waiting to hear if he gets to go, or is this is his choice? I don't know. I think that to date someone like Huda, you do not pursue a woman like that without like money in the bank, without like, or a big plan and a grip of confidence to like execute that plan. Like, you know, you're going to be able to like be the kind of dude that like can manhandle this woman. So I think that is holding him back. And then I also noticed that I feel like he was convinced that his mom or his sister was not going to be into her or was going to watch what he has
Totally.
watched, because he watched her. He saw the entire thing with Jeremiah unfold before he got in, and he still got to know her and decided like she's not just that, she's so much more than that, and he decided to pursue that. But he was probably thinking, what was I thinking when I didn't know her? I was thinking, this bitch great.
Yeah.
And like my mom is gonna, that's all she's seen. So if that was all I'd seen, and you know, he doesn't
Yeah.
know what they've seen, how they're being perceived
Right.
and what they're putting out there. So I think that he actually is probably very much would love to pursue her. But I think he's all up in his head. Like all these things seem like red flags. I don't know where my life, like what kind of provider I can be in the immediate, or like where I'm going to be, if I'm going to need to go here, if I'm going to disappear for 9 months in a country, God knows where, and whatever. So I really just think everything is just playing out in his head, and she's not someone that you keep going forward with
You don't
without.
fuck around and find out what's
Exactly.
You have a plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so that actually your case could hold water, because that could be why he's bandying back and forth so much, and we see such a difference where he's like, I don't even know if I want her to meet my mom and sister. And then remember he had said that?
Yes.
And then they met, and all of a sudden his tune changed, and he was
Yeah.
like, oh my,
Because they were into it.
because they loved her.
And what did the mom say? This is what stuck out to me so much, because it was exactly like how because I am so hard on so many people, and Huda has not displayed the kind of things that like you would think someone like me who's so staunch about all the bullshit that people bring. Like I know that like if anyone has been watching me for more than 5 minutes, like this doesn't seem like a person I would gladly get on board with. But like, why am I feeling so connected to Huda? Why do I root for her? Why am I feel like I have an understanding of her? And I just think, and I don't want to speak for all women, but I think a lot of women have at one point in their lives been a Huda in a relationship, have had that anxious attachment. Yeah. Granted, I was in junior high. So like that's you should probably grow out of that. But like I also have only like Mike is my first like real fucking white dude from Newport. Like I've always dated men from like other countries, and like my longest relationships have been like with someone that was Mexican, and with someone that was Armenian, and with someone that was Asian. Like I've just always, and so there is a fire to not white guys. Like there's just a different roadmap. I don't know.
But
like
Mark's
what
pretty
it
fly
is
for a
Yeah.
white guy.
No, let me tell you, this is the healthiest relationship I've ever been in for sure.
Okay,
But like there is I don't know. Like I've had those very fiery, like passionate, like where like I'm not proud of my behavior, you know? And so I see what she's doing, and I've been there and I've done that. And like, but I know she has a great heart when she does have like talks with him, you know, it's like when he was telling her about like being, oh, I don't know how I'm going to deal with this. Aside from Huda being the woman you don't pursue without a game plan, she is very understanding and very easy to talk to. And I remember Jeremiah said something like that too, that they had great talks. Jeremiah called her hilarious. Which is not a thing that I would like find. I would ever be like, and Huda, isn't she a kick in the ass? Like, you know, just like I think there's a lot of people out there on the talk and on the gram that are like rooting for Huda because they have been a Huda at some point in their lives, and they see that she's good, and that hopefully she'll get where she needs to go.
I just would like to say one thing. I think Huda is great to talk to when she's not fired up.
Yeah, of course.
Because when she is in like a triggered spot,
Yeah.
all she does is interrupt
Yeah.
and try to justify what she meant. You're taking it wrong, or whatever it is.
I
and
do
that
that all
is
the time. All the time, Mike. It is his biggest issue with me. So
Wait, say that again.
that I
no,
interrupt
here's
and
the
try to
trick.
justify what I did and try to explain. Like I do it all the time. And it is our biggest communication block. But I can't. In my defense, I won't remember.
Here she goes.
I won't remember what I was gonna say because I just have a really. I'm anxiety ridden. I forget things. I can't like I'm not trying to dumb myself down, but I have some communication and you're witnessing it right here. I start a sentence 17 times over before I get to my point. And so he'll say something to me and I will overly defend myself because I think that he's misunderstood what's just happened. He's understood it just fine.
Or you guys are just arguing over two completely different points and that you'll figure out 4 days later.
Yeah. It's not about me ever interrupting him. Like I can say this, but hand on the Bible, hand to God. I do not interrupt him because I'm like, no, I need to say what I need to say. But I'm like, I feel like you said something that is diabolically not what I meant to. Like you're addressing something that I feel like was never my intention to happen or wasn't how I meant that thing that you're now addressing.
So I just want to stop you. You can yell at me for something else.
Exactly. I want to stop you because I think that I have something that might negate this whole thing. It never does.
Huda, it never does, girl. Okay? So
Yeah. Let them feel their feels and say their says and what? It's true. Just let it happen. Let it happen.
I think everyone changed on Huda because they found out she could sing.
Yeah, she has such a beautiful voice.
I don't think that's why they changed on Huda. But great, yes, and the fact that she's never sang once.
I would imagine the show wouldn't want her to do that because then it makes it all about Huda, and I think they'd really try to keep the show like.
Well, they let Amaya sing and make up her own songs
because Amaya can't sing, but she's a wonderful songwriter.
Yes.
Move over, Taylor Swift. Here comes Amaya Papaya.
Yeah.
Okay, so then let's get into Amaya and Brian. Okay. I love these two.
I do too.
I think it's genuine. I think it is Jen O'Toole, your words forever seared in my brain. Someone will seem too needy until their needs are met because I do think she is. It's almost like
those eyes.
Oh my God, her eyes.
Everything she says, you're like, I know you're crazy. You're coming from a perfect place though. Like you can see through her.
Totally. But it's almost like I think before she had paired up with Brian, it could have been like a dish with too much seasoning, right?
Yeah.
And then Brian's like, hold on, I'm going to throw some rice in there. I'm going to throw some other stuff in there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, wait, now it's perfect.
Yeah.
And thank God for the seasoning because that's what makes the dish.
Yeah.
It just was maybe felt too much on your palate on its own.
Yeah.
And I just think that like the ingredients of who these two are together, and I love Amaya. I'm not trying to say because she's not too much. But like, I think the ingredients of who they are together just mesh so well. Seeing their families together really got me. Yeah. Watching Brian watch his, I said it, a guy who loves his mom really gets me right in corazón.
And then his mom was so sweet to Amaya by just like adding that like whole thing at the end, like tell Amaya I said hello. Like I know that's so basic and it means nothing, but like she didn't need to say that. She made it through an entire message, a beautiful message to her son that didn't need to include anyone else. And then she did. And it just was like, you've been watching this girl and going, oh my God, my son has found this angel.
Yes.
You know, she's wonderful. Yes. And like, I can't wait to meet her. That's how I felt like what that message meant.
And when he at that dinner, when they were doing the pit and the peak, what Brian said to Amaya, to me, was the sweetest thing said at that table. When he was just like, never change 1 ounce of yourself. Like who you are is everything perfect for me. Just obviously I'm paraphrasing, but I love that he not only gets her, but he like champions her to be exactly who she is. Like, no, don't quiet yourself. Don't try to be something you're not. God, if they break up, I'm going to kill myself.
I know.
Like he's in on the Amaya ride. Like when she said, let's get Chris and Huda to talk, like that whole little plan that they came up with, which was kind of adorable. He was like, yes, let's do it. I love when someone is in a relationship and they just say yes. Like they're not fighting the person. Like, oh,
No.
don't you normally do that? Or I don't want to do like, yeah, okay, great. Let's
Yeah.
try it. Let's do it. I just think that boy was raised right. He is such a love. I love that. I loved all of it. Mike actually clocked something that I thought was great when Amaya's
That's what I do.
You do. When Amaya's mom and stepdad came in,
Yeah.
Nat and I were like, oh, what was the thing with her stepdad and Ace? And Mike, you caught.
I'm pretty sure that the stepdad, as they were all meeting the friends, the stepdad kind of like gave him a once over.
Yeah.
He had to bend down to
Gave
do
him
it.
a half over,
Yeah.
you mean?
But I feel
Fucker.
like one of the dads, I think it was hers, but I think it was hers because at the end, the other dad gave Ace a big old fat hug. But I think her dad kind of was like, don't step to me, dude. We will have words. I saw how you treated my little girl. I will punch you.
Well, to that end, I feel like it just speaks to Amaya's character when at the dinner she said her pit was when she got into that disagreement with Ace and she apologized, which is so lovely. And it would have been really lovely if it was met by an apology from Ace.
And
Yeah?
not just oh yeah, don't worry about it. Or I don't know if that's exactly what he said, but it was something just like that. Like, yeah, for sure, no problem. Or like that's how it
Did
was
he get
meant.
up and hug her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you, Ace. Fuck you. Because when America basically had Ace and Shelly at the bottom of everything. And he is only, as a few other dudes, only being nice to Amaya now and only being like cozied up to her because he knows that she is literally America's #1. And
On every chart.
on every chart. And he's the last. Like, when he says the thing about like, when America told me I wasn't genuine, like I'm the least genuine person here. Like, I do think that hurt. I do think that had to have been extremely humbling for someone who put so much work into the planning, you know? If you just kind of winged it and then we're like, oh, really? I guess I should have thought about that more. But he didn't wing it. Like this is how it turned. It turned out the worst for you and you planned that whole thing. That's a bummer. But so when she comes over, it's like, those are the moments that you still see Ace for being just like still having such a long ways to go.
Yeah.
Because even though he has been different to her since then, because he knows it benefits him, he still can't even remember it clear enough in the moment to go, never apologize for who you are. That's what he should have said. Never apologize for like how you handle, how you do things, how you like your instincts, your reflexes, like, because that it was just such an easy answer and he blew it because he just accepted her apology.
He can't admit defeat.
No.
That's very hard for him, or seemingly from what we saw of him on the show. It's like he's cultivated obviously a very beautiful image on social media doing these really great things. And I think you can do that when it's you. Like it's the Ace show.
Yeah. And you're the editor.
In charge, right? But not so easy when you're with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we have anything else to say about Brian and Amaya? Because I want to see everyone's predictions for finale night, like how you're gonna rank 1 to 4.
Just one more thing about Brian and Amaya that I don't want to reference Jen O'Toole forever. She's going to be like, okay, get off my jock already.
Or I have other good material.
Yeah, I have other good stuff. Yeah. But like the second that Amaya found someone who just said, you're okay by me, like then she just spent the rest of her time supporting her other cast, like being a friend to Huda, coming up with a thing, getting people involved in it. Like just going out of her way. Like she could have just like, you know, like Pepe and Iris, no shame, but like they've just been enjoying themselves off to the side. Every time you see them, they're just kind of lounging on like hammock style, you know, just like her head of hair just like traced over his chest, you know, just really.
They think they're in Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah, exactly.
They're so SoCal to me.
We got on the wrong
Need
train.
to move to Malibu and they just got to live
SoCal. Yeah. But what does Amaya do? She goes, oh, I've got this wrapped up now. Okay, great. So now let's see what we can do for the community.
Yes.
What a great friend. And the fact that she gets Huda too, because she's got anxious attachment a little bit, and like in a different way.
But
But
that's why
like
it was
she
so
clocks
cute.
it and is
Yeah.
like, no, I know that these people
just need to
mean well.
talk.
They just need to talk.
Yeah. So sweet.
Like more Amayas on this earth. Por favor.
Yeah. Yes. She has had such a good journey on this show. Such a good journey. But this is also why we leave room for growth, because when she came on the show at first, I think she did come in a little hot, like remember that moment in the girls' dressing room where she's like, you know what? You can have them.
Yeah.
And she was very triggered by a bunch of stuff there.
Yeah.
And then she got her footing and then she made friends. And it wasn't just the bombshell. Now she was a part of the group and then, had some knocks with the guys and then met Brian. And it's like, this is such a beautiful little arc.
She has not held a grudge against a single person.
No,
the way that she was
so
fine
great.
with Austin the next day, the way that she was fine with that weird kid with the bowl haircut.
Zach K.
Zach K.
Zach K.
Yeah. Like, and she could have been like, I'm sorry, what? Like when he tried to talk to her the next day and like so freaking obvious, like, oh, you're just into this because you just heard that I was voted number one. Yeah, the votes are in, bitch. She did not
and you want a seat in my cabinet.
Yeah. I don't even think that she had to try to do it. I think she genuinely was just there to accept anyone's good wishes, good anything. Like she wasn't even clocking it like, you're just into me right now because I just won this whole thing. I got this whole thing wrapped up. Like every time that she would allow someone to keep talking to her and say that she was down to like keep talking to them or whatever, like it felt so genuine. Like she was just genuinely happy that like they decided to do that for her. That's so nice.
Well, she did say, she's like, I might come in hot and get all in a tailspin about something, but I forgive very easily. Like I don't hold a grudge.
Yeah.
Which is a great.
Yeah.
Okay, so rank them. What do you think? Name them. What do you think the 1 through 4 lineup is going to be? We are all agreed that Brian and Amaya are winning this, yes?
Yeah.
Mike?
In the bag.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. I think that's not even a question.
Well, I like to get.
She posed the question.
Yeah. I'm getting it on videotape. So if you're wrong, I can be like, look.
I think they're so in first place that I don't even care who's second, third, and fourth. Like it doesn't even matter to me.
No, I know, but I asked the question.
Someone has to be right, and someone has to be
question,
wrong.
and I'm giving you my answer.
Okay, well, just try. Give it the old college try.
Pepe and Iris.
Our number 2.
Nick and Alandria and Huda and Chris.
Oh my God, we are so different. I think I'm Pepe and Iris in 4th place, Huda and Chris in 3rd, Alandria and Nick in 2nd, and Brian and Amaya Papaya in 1st place. What you got, Natty Boo?
It's going to be tough because I don't know how America is going to take in. This is one note for Chris. What are you doing? It's game time, fucko.
Right.
Like, are you here?
Put on the love goggles if you want to win
Yeah.
this.
He's going to watch this and be like, that was stupid. Like it just, like you got 1 day left. Like I understand if it's like halfway through and you're like, I'm just not feeling this. I think I should probably bow out. That was, first thing I said is that if somebody else goes home that like really shouldn't be, I hope that Chris stands up and goes, actually, I'll volunteer as tribute. and because it just didn't seem like he was into it. But then by the time that they basically realized that they were safe, like immediately, like they were like the second people to find out they were safe, I think. He looked thrilled. Like he looks to me like he is operating on all fear. Fear of what's next, fear of what his parents think, fear of what this woman who like is red flags to all the way 7 ways till Sunday, like
pro athlete.
Right.
Pro athlete that didn't make it to the top of the level that he thought he should have made it to.
Yeah.
And he's not bad. Like he's not horrible. He's had some good stats and good seasons in the leagues that are not chump leagues. Like, but it's the fucking Nick and what's his name? What's her name from Love Is Blind? You give me the ick, Nick. Like he was afraid of everything and afraid of her and afraid of disappointing everybody. that's the life of a athlete who almost made it.
Oh, okay.
Is constantly fear of disappointing your dad, your parents, your coaches, your teammates, your girlfriend, your fans, the kids at school, the people who are paying ticket money, like it's a constant struggle of disappointing people. And once in a blue moon, you win a championship. And that's the only thing that these
The
people
only
want.
reprieve.
Like, that's all. So if you're not doing that, you're
Yeah.
disappointing them. And your dad and your parents
And
can
you're
all
right,
day
yeah.
long can be like, no, we love you, son. You did great. You'd love me more if I had one of those, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I wear it on my podcast.
Exactly. Yeah, Stan's a lot cooler than the guy he beat. Let me put it that way.
It's funny that those dudes all seem, though, to still, because they do have their eye on the prize. They, like, obviously, I'm not comparing Hannah and Huda. They're totally different in different ways, but they are like fireballs, you know? Like, both of them are like, you got to be like ready for the task, like ready to take it on.
I think another thing that if Chris is clocking like, oh, I play this sport and maybe I'll be overseas for 9 months, I think it's less about Huda requiring someone who's stable and adult and has a, some bank account, whatever. She has a daughter. So like he's going to be gone for 9 months. He's going to go meet this little girl. She's going to fall in love with like all the things, right? And then what? Then, oh, I got to go. Wait, what do you mean? Mom, where'd Chris go? Oh, well, he's got to go to work. He's going to be gone for 9. What do you mean gone for 9 months? Like a kid doesn't even understand what 9 months is. Like
they should go with him. She's an influencer. She can do it from anywhere.
Well, she's
Not
going to be
with
a
a kid
singer.
that's in school, though.
She might benefit from a year overseas.
She just said in her video, I just finished my first year of school.
Not school though.
Well, fifth grade.
Like,
I mean, when you turn,
you don't get to school until you're like 6 or 7 or something.
well, no, isn't 5 kindergarten and then
that's
6
not
is
school. That's preschool and kindergarten.
She's going into kindergarten.
That's not school.
It is okay. Tell that to all the kindergarten teachers out there. They're teaching
Kindergarten.
Yeah.
That's before school. School is first grade.
No, my kindergarten was in with my first grade. It was K through 6. I swear.
I don't disagree, but when you were in kindergarten, that was daycare. Preschool and kindergarten is daycare where they teach you how to mush paint on a piece of paper. First grade, we're learning math and some ABCs.
I remember I had the big crayon and was doing stuff.
Crayon in your clothes and other kids' faces.
Okay.
First grade?
First grade is school.
I had my first kiss in first grade.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, this is why you like Huda. You have a lot in common.
No, I did too.
Can you do that thing with your ass and your legs?
Just go straight
Okay,
down.
so wait, rank them, name them.
Okay. Obviously Amaya and Brian. I would like it just depends, like, because it's the fandom. There's a lot of
that's why I put Nick and
fandom.
Alandria in.
There's a lot of Alandria fandom and the Nicolandria fandom, and then there is a lot of Huda fandom. So I'm stabbing the dark. I'm just gonna go Huda number 2.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, and then 3rd Nick and Alandria, and 4th Iris and Peps.
Has anyone pitched Alandric?
No one has, I don't think.
Well, you heard it here first.
I don't know, but like I've not seen it.
Why would it be Alandric?
I like it. I'm keeping it. I'm gonna call him Alandric in the finale and in the reunion.
Okay.
I'm gonna call them losers.
Oh God, that's not nice.
One more thing about my little bitty Huda. I don't know why she didn't just say, like, when she didn't want to do the PDA in front of, like, but she's still like doing whatever under the sheets, freaking the sheets, lady on the sheets,
A lady in the street and freaking the sheets.
And I don't know if she doesn't feel this way or she couldn't articulate it or whatever, but like Huda has had a target on her back this whole season of, like, she's been told by several different people on this show that she's not doing it right. You're not doing this right. And her boyfriend got sent home for not moving right in this competition or whatever this is. I still don't even know what this is. And I would have just said to him, like, I don't know if you've noticed, but like when I do when I am public and am relaxed in front of these people, like they come for me.
Yeah.
So like I'm still, we're going to do our thing. I clearly am into you. You're clearly my number one guy here.
Yeah.
I don't want to be, but like, it's not, I've been through this. It's no good. It's no buen.
I just feel like if she felt that way, Huda seems like a straight shooter to me. Like she would have just out and out said that.
But she also seems like someone who is trying to figure out like what plays the best. Like what to say that are people more receptive to hearing I'm shy, I don't like to do things and I'm trying to move slow. I'm trying to do things differently in this relationship.
Yeah.
Or do they want to hear a victim go, well, everyone's out for me because I'm the hottest bitch here and like, like I think she made a choice. Possibly. I'm not saying that that's for sure, but like that's what I've kind of just decided on that because she has the perfect reason to not do that because Ace is watching her all the time.
Which is so shitty. I know. We've talked about it and it really bothers you. I didn't mean to upset you.
Okay. That's all I got.
Commies.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Oh, great. You're so brave.
Lesser Evil. Behind the Villa is just season 6 USA because everyone loved them so much, which is why you need to watch the season. We're watching.
Wait, and do you like it?
So much. No.
Okay.
Sorry. Don't. Don't not like it, but like.
It is weird.
Just not interested in any of these people. Don't give a shit about. I like one of them. Which one do I like?
You've never said you liked any of them. I told you who I liked.
You like the little British?
Well, I mean, I like her, but I don't think she's anyone.
No, the dude.
Oh, yeah. I like that British kid.
Aaron.
The boy.
Yeah.
Aaron. Yeah, I don't think there's this.
Rob.
Oh, no, the one dude. Oh, no, because he kind of pissed me off. Yeah, don't care.
Listen, I did say to him, though, that we watch these shows, and like, granted, we got on this season right off the bat. But however, we're looking at it through eyes as if we're covering something. And now every time I watch the episode, I'm clocking everything because I'm trying to come up with thoughtful takes on each of them. Yeah. I'm not doing that with this other season. I'm just trying to get through it so I know who the players are for the villa, behind the villa. So I think that it could be extremely helpful if you know that you need to be dialed into them and finding your favorites. And when you don't have that, you just sort of like watch it in the background, kind of. You're on your phone, it's a second screen.
Yeah, which is dangerous because then you don't form a bond with these people and give a shit. Roughly what episode are you guys on?
5?
Like 6, 5
Oh,
or 6.
okay. Yeah. Okay. You got a lot of time. Okay, sorry, Mark.
Only gets better. Did anyone catch the Willy Wonka song playing when Nick told Alandria he was attracted to her? I was on the floor. I didn't.
I didn't either, but which one?
I would have peed my pants.
Oompa Loompa. No?
Maybe. That one. That's
but
the
like,
most famous one.
Who's the Oompa Loompa? Like, I don't get it.
But that it was funny, that it was silly.
Right. It just seems like you wouldn't pay for that song if you didn't have a very specific reason for using it. So that's why I don't. Yeah. Maybe it's 50 years old. Maybe it's free. Fair use. Isn't that the rule?
Mm-hmm. Shannon Fall. Huda and Ace going for gold with Olympic level mental gymnastics to justify their actions. They deserve each other. Shelly and Sierra too, honestly. Sarah McBride liked that comment a lot.
I love getting Sarah McBride's stamp of approval on anything.
Yeah, she's a big fan.
Who doesn't?
Another Shannon Fall. This is so funny. At this point, I'm renaming Ace and Shelly Lewis and Clark.
Yes.
I'm assuming she wrote that before they closed off and then got muted.
It was just so dumb to me. You're literally there for 5 more minutes and he's like, I'd like to close off with you.
Oh, hey, let me just, I need to note his poem.
It started with a rhyme, but didn't end rhyming. And when you start rhyming, you got to finish rhyming.
It was only she said it was a poem. He didn't. He just said he wrote something for her that he wanted to read.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. My bigger problem with it is I cannot stand it when people talk about themselves in the third person. And he was saying his name, like he was
when
talking.
Ace found you.
When Ace, like just say when
Ace
I like
was
it's
the
very
happiest
Trumpian, it's very like just like there's just a certain dude that talks about himself as if it's a bigger thing, it's a bigger picture, yeah.
Mike is doing comments right now. All right. This one is just an answer to a question we have, but really, I don't even know if this is how you pronounce your last name, but it's how I'm going to pronounce your last name because it's going to be fun for me, and I hope I don't butcher it. This is Jennifer Santinoli. I really just wanted to say Santinoli.
Oh, God. How do you pronounce my last name when I'm not around?
Like that. I know I do it like that too. Movie night is typically only showing Islanders what we saw that they didn't. In case you were wondering what you were. We both were.
Yes. We were robbed of a movie night this year.
We were robbed of so many things. And I don't even know that to be true. I just feel it.
You're going to see it in this season, and you're going to realize you were robbed.
Yeah.
Sunset Harp. Nailed this one. I'd like to see Amaya and Brian get together.
Wish granted.
Okay. Can I send you some of my wishes?
Yeah.
What is the?
Yeah. Totally.
I dream of Jeannie.
Yeah. Bewitched or whatever.
And she goes,
I got some wishes I'm sending to you. If you could put those requests in, please. Thank you. Zev Rose. I know this is a game and they are playing it, but where is the all caps love? I'm just not feeling the love connections and it bums me out. It bummed me out too. I'm feeling you. And I think there's some other comments about like, if we thought producers like stepped in and made some changes, I feel like they probably did. I feel like they were like, dude, this TikToker's taken over. Everyone's playing the game. No one's in love. And they probably pulled everybody and they were like in regards to you being like, oh, they told Ace something. I bet they pulled everybody and was like, listen, everybody hates you. You know who got the lowest scores on the who do we like the most? All of you. All of you got the lowest scores. You all tied with a 3. Everyone hates you. Start each other or this whole thing is going to be a bust. And they were like, yes, sir.
Each other and looking each other in the eye.
Yeah, come on.
That's probably why Pepe and Iris were. Did you see that moment where it was like the night vision where they were just in each other, like in their own beds, but just gazing at each other?
yeah, so cute.
Yeah.
You couldn't see each
You
other.
put all your eggs in that girl's basket or this thing's a powder cake.
Yes.
Meteor Wine, yes. It's a game show in the most sadistic and voyeuristic way. Every challenge makes me want to take a chlorine bath. At the end of each episode, I feel like I've eaten a jumbo bag of Lay's chased by a dozen Dunkin' Donuts and maybe a 64-ounce Big Gulp. I don't really know what he means by that part. That seems like a pretty...
Yeah, that seems like a Saturday.
Yeah, that's a good diet.
Not for me.
But I love it. Best show ever.
Same Z's.
Yeah, so true. Nailed that one.
It is.
Now
it's
I want
my
some
favorite
chips.
thing
Oh my God, I'm gonna be in withdrawals.
I know.
It's really dark.
No, I know. Thank God I've never watched it, so I have all these other seasons to just like go watch.
It's an embarrassment of riches. But
No, I know. That's why I used to tell people when they hadn't seen Gossip Girl. And
I've never seen Gossip Girl. Should I watch it?
I mean, yes, you should watch it.
Becky, well, we've never had this conversation before.
I've never told you to watch Gossip Girl.
Maybe
That
not.
is my bad. That is a disservice to you. I am sorry. Harris would tell you to watch Gossip Girl, I think.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
This is just a shout out for someone who's been here apparently since day one, but has never commented. So, Angela Williams Stokes. I love you guys. I never comment, but I've been listening since day one. YouTube knew I'd love you all, and it was correct. I even loved Mike's curmudgeonly storm off because I related so much to it. Thank you for sharing your takes every week and on all the shows I love and the ones I love to hate. You're welcome. And thanks for finally commenting and joining into the party.
Yeah.
We love that you're here. We like to talk. So make some more comments.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to save this one for last because it is the most amazing planet Earth thing I've ever heard in my life.
Who is it so we don't say it?
What?
Or no, his last one.
My last one.
Oh.
Yeah. This is Laura 1208. I agree that all 3 of the guys, and this is, I know that no one agrees with me or you, Laura, and that's why I've been pretty quiet tonight about my friend Ace, because I don't want to get yelled at anymore.
Oh,
So,
God. You're back on the Ace train.
This is from Laura 1208. I agree that all 3 of the guys were just trying to make a point that Amaya needed to hear. Badly, but it was the reason for the challenge. But I don't think that Ace going after Amaya was good at all. If he had gone after her, he would have just kept trying to make his point instead of actually comforting her. She needed to get away from those guys. That's what she was expressing. He was the wrong person to go after her. It would not have been great. I was glad Sierra and Zach told him to sit back down. It's when the biggest bully wants to be the one to make it right, not the right person. Him going after her was him trying to control the situation and the leader image of himself in front of the others.
Yeah.
Back
on your train.
Yeah, agreed.
But I agree with the first part too, because it's something nice. Was like, I don't think they were all shitting on her. I think they were trying to make a point to her, like to,
Well, it doesn't matter. That was pointless. They were no one to make a point to her about anything.
But and we say this all the time on the show. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
And I think they weren't realizing like, yo, this isn't landing. You're coming at her. You're not nicely saying, hey, this was just my experience and you're amazing. And I think whatever it is.
Yeah.
So.
They were all like basically trying to recreate what happened, like re-justify what they'd said, tell you more about why
how
I said that horrible.
You are
yeah, because remember how this annoying thing you did and this other annoying thing, like it was just like they were trying to make a point to, I think, the viewers to, because the way that they all went after it seemed to me like they were informed that people don't really like how you treated Amaya. Like that's what I think happened because of all of them going. Like, nobody needed to say any of that. I get it, that it was stand on your business, whatever. Why don't you stand on a step stool, you little brats?
Carrie Peacock, just watching episode 27. Spoiler alert. It's not a spoiler alert. That was many episodes ago. But just got to say, your guys' theory was clearly shown when America had to vote on which couple they most wanted to go on vacation with. Amaya brought Zach up to her level because people love her so much, and he's clearly just been average. Really not great after the Stand on Business challenge. And Ace totally tanked Shelly's stock because he's so disliked. The ranking really showed how a guy may be average, but if the girl he's with is great, you start to think he might be cool too. But if the guy is terrible, you start to wonder, what's wrong with the girl he's with?
So true.
Which you already mentioned starting to happen with Shelly.
So true.
So well demonstrated in America's voting. We know America.
Yeah, Shelly could have won it all had she just chose wiser.
Dude, I think it was Shannon or Truth. She was basically saying that Taylor cost him and Alandria $100,000
yeah.
by making that choice. And I was 100% right. All right, this is my last one. This shit is so funny. This is Cubby. Hi, guys. I want to share what happened to me last night. I was in the public bathroom of my job, a popular entertainment venue.
I need to know what this venue is.
Yeah, me too. I'm walking toward the sinks when I hear one gal ask another, "Did you watch Love Island today?" The entire place, probably 20 people, erupted into chatter about Ace and Shelly and just everyone. It was like everybody all of a sudden knew each other and had an opinion and was going to start fighting over the remote. This show is unreal, so addictive, and it brings me joy that you recap it. Keep up the great content, XO, meow.
Dude,
I would have fucking peed in my I wouldn't have made it to the wherever I was peeing. I would have laughed my ass off. And then I would have stayed in there and talked to the dudes or the girls for, I mean, I wouldn't have been in the girls' bathroom, but like, I would have gone back and you guys been like, what the fuck were you doing for 2 hours? I'd be like, dude, recapping Love Island in the men's room.
I got it all on my iPhone, don't worry.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll put it out tomorrow.
Bro, so funny. Yeah, I would have.
Yeah, that was
amazing. We saw a TikTok that was basically just this one girl who, like, everything that she did for like a couple days, she just filmed herself, like just holding her phone, walking into everything she went, whether it was her yoga class, going through the drive-through at Jack in the Box, going into work, I feel like she just randomly walked into like a janitor's office somewhere. Like everywhere she went, she was just like, "You guys watching Love Island?"
Just ask everybody.
And everyone was just like, "Oh my God."
But not everyone was like, "Oh my God." But they were either like, "Oh my God, yes," or no. Like nobody was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Which could have been but like everybody knew it and was either disappointed that another person was asking them about the show they
hadn't watched it yet. Yeah.
Or they were like, "Oh girl, yes, what the f with that?"
Let's dish on all of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sandy with Cat said, after watching Sunday's episode, which at this point is a million years ago, but the reason I'm reading this comment is because I have something to say about it. I have to say, it looks like the producers are really producing now. The vibe in the villa felt so different after Sierra was rightfully removed, and I almost believe these couples actually like each other. Yes, I'm a skeptic when it comes to romantic love because of personal experiences. Oh, well, I love living alone with the kitties now. So peaceful. I do wonder how much the producers are in there. Like, if someone knows, if someone has real firsthand info, shoot it at us because I've just been so curious about that all season, specifically because this season feels so different than seasons prior.
Yeah.
Laura 1208 said, I enjoyed this, but just want to point out one blind spot. Ace's manipulations and grudges and spitefulness are only equaled by Huda's on this season. Ace is a manipulator, but Huda was emotionally abusive to Jeremiah. If you don't like Ace, you shouldn't like Huda either. I knew someone who treated a man in my family like Huda treated Jeremiah, and I could never imagine being a fan of hers. And I know that you really like Huda and really don't like Ace, and I was just curious, like, do you, even though you really like her, do you see that her behavior towards Jeremiah in some of those scenes was like a little?
Yeah. A learning experience. And we've seen her come out very different than how
agree with
she
that,
was
actually.
in the beginning. And I'm not saying that all of those are gone for good. And I've been fully transparent that like my adoration and my support of Huda is simply out of shared experience and like relatability. It's not about
Yeah.
a like that this is like the person that you should emulate. I just see a very real work in progress and a very human, good-hearted person.
I get
who's I don't know what her upbringing was. I don't know what kind of relationships that she's been in that have like, because I always just think like I see people that are out there like hurting people awfully, and like I think that she has a lot of flags and has some behavior that she needs to change, but I don't think that she's I like when she says she's treating him so badly, like I think that Jeremiah had a good time with old Hoodster.
Well, he did at least twice.
Yeah.
Okay. My opinion, not yours. Such a good handle. Taylor just had a real connection with Clark. It would have been worse if he closed off with Alandria to use her to win and then dumped her once getting his hands on that money. I also don't like how Clark has been getting dragged unnecessarily.
Yeah.
I totally agree. If he just stayed with Alandria to get the cash and prizes, that would have been dark because she is, to do that to anyone's terrible, but just specifically someone who is so principled and so great. And then I think Clark made it out of the villa unscathed in the sense of like public opinion.
Yeah.
She obviously got hated on during that one thing, but it's just because she was connected to Taylor. I don't think America's like, oh, this girl sucks.
She's gonna get so bored of him. He's making the rounds on the podcast circuit, and he is a dull as anything you've ever seen.
Wait, do you know? I didn't know that he's in vet school. That's no joke. Vet school. I didn't realize that he was like really dedicating his entire life to the farm like that.
Yeah, I knew that. I just no.
Okay, C. Dell said, honestly, Ace pushed a narrative that Amaya is emotionally unstable. And the guy in the villa ate it up without, and the guys in the villa ate it up without question. The irony, she clocked Ace for exactly what he was doing, and he folded because he couldn't handle being exposed. Let's be real. Which Islander is a great communicator? People complain she interrupts, but most of the guys gaslight her mid-conversation and expect her not to defend herself. If standing up for yourself is too much, then maybe the problem isn't Amaya. Reality Bites said Ariana did an interview on the Today Show discussing how bad casting was this season.
I love that Reality Bites is bopping back and forth between platforms.
Yeah, totally.
I
see you, girl.
No, that's double wham.
Yeah.
That's exciting stuff. Thank you.
Discussing how bad the casting was this season. Production had to have greenlit that conversation, and that makes me wonder if production plans to change the end game at all. I thought it was very interesting. I didn't see the interview, but I do want to go look it up because obviously production must have said like you could say something about this, or she would have really been risking.
Why do I feel like that was AI? That was. Did you maybe see that too?
I didn't see it, but I read the comment, and it's the first thing I thought. It's like those, like there's a new thing in AI where like they do it with. I mean, maybe it's just because my algo, but I see it with athletes. And they'll come off like a basketball game, and it'll be like
that referee
Luka Doncic will be like, I thought LeBron James was really soft tonight. He didn't have it in the paint. He's really a pussy in his old age. He's getting creak. I think I heard his knees creak. And you're like, oh my! The first one you see, you're like, holy shit! And then he just starts saying shit where
and
you're
like, this is there's
okay,
no way.
this is not a
Okay,
real thing.
Reality Bites. Did you see this on a TV? that
I mean,
like
she said she was on the Today Show.
but like maybe it was AI of the Today Show.
Mhm.
Like,
Maybe.
if it was a
and
clip-on-
listen, that could have totally happened. For some reason, I think that I saw that too. But I do my TikToking at like 3 a.m. and I don't remember anything. And so that's why I feel like I stumbled across that too and was like, whoa, what is this? That's crazy. And then I'm like, that can't be real. I think that's AI. And then I just moved on with my life. So you could totally be right. But I need to look at it again.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look that up
Yeah.
also. Truth for Peace said, I would label Huda as one of the most entertaining islanders of all time, but entertaining does not translate into likable. Is she really America's sweetheart? I think it was Maya Angelou who said, when someone shows you who they are the first time, or when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Because she was talking about the thumbnail that said America's Sweethearts with her and I think Alandria on it. So
Oh yeah, somebody else asked, like, what are you talking about, America's Sweethearts? That thumbnail was more about this is who America voted for, and it was a surprise that they were both like. It wasn't a surprise, obviously. We love Amaya, but like knowing that America clocked her to also be number one,
yeah,
and then also Huda being above so many other people that thought that
Totally.
they were above Huda. So that thumbnail was more about, I just want to address the nation and just say that, because I've gotten some comments about that it was about just what the media had, like the
perfect.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know that either. So thank you for clearing that up.
oh yeah.
Carrie Peacock said, also, just because Ace calls himself a leader and tells everyone what they should be doing does not mean he is a good leader and people should actually follow him. Nat agrees. I just loved this comment. I love when people do this, like when you log on and you're just like, morning or hi.
Oh, it's my favorite. Little
I
Red
love
does
it.
it all the time. Hi.
Yeah, the cutest.
I love it.
To add Monica Arena to the cute list, hey, with a purple heart emoji.
Monica always does that too. She'll come on and just say hi.
I'm pretty sure Monica Arena has just joined Party of Schwartz. We'll get to that at the Valley.
Yeah, you're up, boo. That's all I got.
Harris says, give me 30 Siraj Crotch t-shirts immediately. That's
It's a lot of shirts.
They're going to be flying off the
Crotches.
shelves. The crotches. Oh, this was interesting to me. Jennifer Zandanova.
Marifiore.
I'm not a rich man. I don't have a lot of money. Marifiore.
I love when Natalie talks Italian.
Ace also told Jeremiah that Huda kissed him in the blindfold challenge, which started his mind games, rethinking Huda because she swore that she didn't. And then Jennifer says she didn't lie. I totally forgot about that. One more check for Ace is the worst. Period. End of story. Oh, LS was the one that said, Huda, America's sweetheart. She literally brought the ghetto to Love Island like nobody else ever has. Refused to allow her partner to have his own Love Island experience because of her control. Call him names, cursed him out in ways that should have gotten her kicked off the show. Was horrible to Bombshells, coming in to simply be a part of the show. The entire cast early on talked about how she was basically terrorizing and bullying them, affecting everyone's experience. And you call her a sweetheart? And I say to you, LS, love is love is love. And you can't help who you love. I can't help it. I love Huda. Huda 2028.
Huda Amaya.
Yeah.
Don't
But
forget about-
Amaya's got better things to do than run the country.
No, that's why she's VP.
Huda, wait, is Amaya is VP?
Yeah.
No, Amaya is the mayor. Amaya wants boots on the ground. Amaya is more necessary in the community.
Okay.
Well, only gets better. Taylor sucks.
Well said.
Yeah, there's more to it. I'm leaving it at
No,
that.
I think
yeah.
you nailed it.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with perfection.
No. Shannon Paul says, at this point, I want Amaya to win this damn thing solo. Everyone else can get out of my villa.
Fuck everybody else.
I'm closing it out with Truth for Peace for Freedom. Dun, 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 dun. Everybody claims they're a slow burn, but not one person admits to being a fast burn. That's who my favorite sensitive gangsta Amaya is. Amaya Papaya. She's so sugary sweet. She's the best friend or little sister you wish you had. She's constantly getting her heart broken because she displays it for all to see. There's no protective barrier around it, and she hands it to you on a platter, only to have others toss it into a blender over and over again. I'm going to hire 2 guardian angels to follow her around for the next 50 years to protect her from herself. God bless Amaya. Zach has a toddler haircut and is too caffeinated. But this is Zach K.
Yeah, Zach K.
But he has the best tattoos in the villa, but the bar for that is very low. As far as adding words and phrases into my vocabulary, I'm adding what the helly. I will not be using ship or shipping as in relationshiping. I used it once and it didn't sound right. As a millennial, I feel like I'm too old to use that one.
That's great.
That's it, and that's all.
Guys, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
We would make this longer, but we have to go do the vow.
Yeah. Also, Danielle, we'll talk about it in the Valley, but this won't go up till Sunday. The Valley won't go up till Sunday, but I love you and I'm so sorry. I don't know if you guys saw that Danielle lost her dog today. Danielle Warren. Yeah.
Danielle, we're
Long-time listener, long-time caller. Yeah.
That's a bummer. Jermaine, they lost their dog the other day too.
Jermaine did? Oh my God.
Oh, we big animal lovers here. That's
Yeah,
the
Danielle said
pits.
that she has the only thing she has now is her boyfriend's cat, and she really wants to learn to love it. And so she's asking us, how do you learn to love a cat that wakes you up in the middle of the night every night?
Okay, you just
Difficult.
give that cat time, and all of a sudden you are going to turn around, and that little cutie is gonna be rubbing up against you. You're gonna get those deep purrs.
Yeah, at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 6 a.m., you're not going to like it. You're going to have to find a new space. You're going to have to find a place for this cat.
No.
And let it.
There's
You're
a
not.
place
Here's what you do.
for us.
Cats are trainable. No one thinks they are, but they're trainable. You gotta not give them any, like, don't try not to open your eyes. Don't move. Don't give them any attention when they do that. And then at like 6:30 or whenever you're ready to wake up and they bump you, and that's when you give the attention. I'm telling you, it'll take a week, maybe 2 if you got a dog cat. They'll get it. My cat, Foof, he doesn't come anymore until the alarm goes off. I shit you not.
No. That is true, because B. Arthur would wake me up at like 3:30 in the morning, and she just rah, rah. And so she would come over and start pawing at my hair, breaking up the curls, biting my nose, and just rah. And I'm like, no, we don't wake up at 3:30 in the morning. And now she is trained.
Okay, so Courtney's cat speaks English. Mine don't. They had to learn the hard way.
You
But
don't learn
trust me.
anything. Foof gets on we have a cloth headboard that he gets on top of every morning and scratches so loudly until you wake up just to scream bloody murder at him. That's what you've trained that cat to do.
That's what you've trained. That's your relationship with Foof.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah,
You're
like
gonna
and
make it.
subscribe.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
Danielle.
Yeah. Love you, Danielle.
Yeah.
Ciao, ciao.